YouTube and social media, peep this out, guys. It's Ian K back again with another one for you, and it looks like it's that time of the year again where most of the fast food chains and various restaurants out there are dropping their fish menus just in time for those getting ready to observe Lent as we lead up to Easter. And it's with that in mind that I wanted to shoot on over to Quiznos because it looks like they've got the return of something on the menu that looks to satisfy just about any seafood lover out there. And hey, if you're a fan of lobster, you're definitely going to want to sit up and take notice. Yes, sir, a lobster and seafood scampi bake on some toasted bread is exactly what the doctor ordered right now as far as I'm concerned. And given the crazy weather that we've had here in Southern California recently with a ginormous amount of rain, I am so ready to get into this. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's see exactly how awesome the new and returning lobster and seafood scampi bake truly is over here at Quiznos. Let's peep this out. Quiznos is bringing that seafood love to their menu just in time for Lent with their all-new lobster and seafood scampi bake. And as you guys can see, this is a pretty sizable 8-inch sub. Let's take a peek under this rosemary bread and see what we're working with. And that bread sure does smell great as it houses a very nice portion of thick and chunky lobster meat there, guys. We've got some minced crab in there with it as well, along with some sauteed mushrooms and onions and some melted mozzarella cheese on the very bottom there. I actually added some lettuce, but this normally does come with tomato. As always at Quiznos, you can light the sandwich up with just about any condiment that you want, but I definitely wanted to keep it a little traditional, keep a little bit of greenery in there. But man, just look at the thickness of that lobster meat. That looks pretty fantastic. Let's peep this out just a little closer, guys. Very thick, very hearty, and again, a very nice portion of goodness here. I'm thinking this is going to be a very satisfying bite just because of the quantity of the food that we have here. But there you go, it's the lobster and seafood scampi bake here at Quiznos. Let's peep out this flavor. Man, I gotta say it again, the toasted rosemary bread smells really fantastic, and they absolutely loaded it up with that lobster and crab mixture, guys. They really did not hold back. I thought I was gonna get maybe a scoop and that was it, but they really lit this one up pretty nicely. Let's just give this a shot. The brand new lobster and seafood scampi bake here at Quiznos. Oh man. Thick and chunky lobster. Very, very light mayo. Wow, I am besides myself right now. I don't normally get seafood subs, but this is really, really tasty there. And the fact that I'm not really a super fan of mayo is really a plus already because I'm really tasting a lot of the lobster, a lot of the crab. And I gotta say, the sauteed onions and the mushrooms, really, really killer. The only thing so far, the mozzarella cheese is a little non-existent, only because of the garlic bake of the lobster itself, guys. This is very flavorful. Let's peep out a nice cross-section of this one, guys. Very thick chunks of lobster on this one there. The mixture with the crab goes very nicely with it there. I'm getting a little bit more of the crab on the back end, but the meatiness of that lobster is off the chain. The sauteed onions, the sauteed mushrooms, absolutely killer. But again, the mozzarella cheese, I think it's really more of just the glue, like I always say, holding a lot of this stuff together, but man, this is really good. You know, as good as this is, I firmly believe it's the sauteed onions and those mushrooms that really go along with that lobster so nicely there, only because there's garlic in the lobster as well. And that combination is giving you a rich, scampi flavor that you would expect to get at a regular restaurant. But I do have to say, it's the toasted rosemary bread that really sets this one off, and I highly recommend if you give this one a shot, definitely get the rosemary bread. All the other plain bread, I don't think is really gonna add too much to what's already flavorful to begin with. You want some of that rosemary, you want a little bit of that extra, it really makes it pretty tasty. Guys, look at the size of the lobster. These are not minced up pieces of lobster in the sandwich at all with the crab there. These are chunk pieces of lobster, highly worth it and very, very meaty, guys. They really do not skimp on the size of what you're looking at here. It's almost like the diameter of a nickel or almost a quarter, guys. Very, very meaty and highly flavorful. Really, really tasty. Let me go for one more bite before the rating, guys, because this is just too good. Oh, as I'm losing lobster left and right, guys, there is chunks of lobster falling out of the sandwich right now. It's just ridiculously delicious. All right, so even though I'm not really into seafood subs, I would easily get this again, but if you're into this type of sandwich, I would highly recommend this one to you, especially on that toasted rosemary bread. So on that bomb sexy for your face scale of 1 to 10, the lobster and seafood scampi bake returning here at Quiznos gets an easy 9 out of 10. It's some pretty tasty lobster and crab at a little bit of a premium because of what it is, but it goes so amazingly well with the sauteed onions and mushrooms. Just leave off the mozzarella cheese because you really can't taste it. But of course, that's just my opinion as always. If you've been to Quiznos recently and you've given the returning lobster and seafood scampi bake a shot, what did you guys personally think? And are you fans of this type of sandwich in general? Drop a comment down below, definitely let me know. And that's it for now, gang. This is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out here at Quiznos, taking a look at the returning lobster and seafood scampi bake. Very thick lobster on this one and definitely worth it as far as I'm concerned. Guys, if you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell down below next to my channel name so you can be notified when new reviews drop, along with checking me out over at peepthisout.reviews.com. And keep in touch with me at all the addresses that you see right above me, because after all, this is Peep This Out, baby. You know how we do. We'll definitely talk to you next time. Stay frosty. You know, I know Quiznos is a little bit more of a premium when it comes to other fast food sandwiches out there, but in this particular case, and especially for lobster, you definitely get what you pay for. All right, guys, until the next review, I'll talk to you soon.